Alright, it's day 10 of semen retention. So I went 10 days without jacking off. And what I'm trying to say is that I feel good and I'm going to 20 days is my goal. And I might go 30 days, depending on what happens. If I get a girlfriend, settle down, and she wants to, do it, then I'll do it. But what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I'm just documenting this day because it was a goal of mine to get to 10 days before. And I went to 9 days before and I fell short. But now I made it to 10 days. It's a victory. I made my goal. But the beginning of semen retention, I was going to go about 20 days. That was my goal I set for myself now. It's 20 days since I already reached 10 days. So I'll make another video on the 15th in 5 more days. That'll be 15 days of semen retention because I started at the 1st of August. So every day is the same day of the month. So it's on the 7th, it was 7 days in. On the 8th, it was 8 days in. On the 9th, it was 9 days in. And on the 10th, it's 10 days in now. So what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I try my best, like, to help people out, to do what I can. But then I do also just try to work on myself, you know what I mean, and get all my goals accomplished and really, have that and the characteristic of what I'm doing. And all I'm trying to say is that life is so, like, wondrous and amazing. Once you really are connected with all the things in life, the more connected you are with life, the more you connect with God, because God created aspects of the seeds of God's intelligence, created seeds of that intelligence in the aspects, right? So they're all different aspects of what God created, which, if it's from God and it's a creation, it's also within the mind, spirit, and body of the organism of the DNA of what makes God be able to create things like that. And it takes the DNA behind it to do that as well. But this is in the living soul of creation. So the soul can go into different creations, but that living life and energy and how it forms and the matter forms is like magic. Because we're a living soul and organism, you know what I mean? And every time that we think like magic isn't real, well, how does all these cells hold together in a form and have like blood and organs on the inside, and it's a whole different world on the inside, but then the outside shell and the face and the eyes and then the nose and then the mouth and then the chin and then, like the shoulders, and the arms, they're all characteristic. And just imagine insects. They have different characteristics to them too. So what I'm trying to say is that, all these things, there's so many different characteristics of what makes life life and can develop and have different attributes. So that's magic in itself right there. Life having a million bazillion different attributes just because we're human and we think we're used to our senses and thinks like there's nothing really magical going on. Well, if we were a bird for a second, we could fly. We'd feel like magic exists. If we were, an insect that, an ant that could have super strength, we'd think magic exists, like superpowers. Well, an ant has superpowers. It can lift more than its body weight. Like I don't know how many times its body weight, but you get what I mean? This is things of life that, put things into perspective of like, we're not looking at everything when we actually take into account of all the aspects of like things. That's why people don't believe magic is real, because they're the mundane. They're not looking almost at everything at once. The puzzle piece, zooming out from the puzzle piece, it's all put together. But if you way zoomed in at one aspect. You're not going to see the whole thing for its glory and its magic. And then you'll be lost thinking like that's mundane, that's normal, that's what it is. And anyway, Neo worships Divine Goddess, girls. I hope you're doing amazing. Yeah, I love you, girls. And yeah, I hope I get a girlfriend soon too. And yeah. Anyway, all right, bye. I love you.